Hey everyone, Michelle Alexandria here. Can we just talk about this Xbox One X mess? This has to be one of the worst console launches in the history of mankind. It really does. Phil Spencer needs to be fired. I am not a gamer. I am just someone who plays games. I own all the consoles. I was planning on buying the Xbox One X, but after this week, I don't know if I really want to. I'm sitting here thinking about why would I buy Xbox One X. Other than the simple fact that I own all the consoles, I've always owned all the consoles primarily because the console manufacturers sent them to me. So I never had to buy them until like basically this generation. This is the first generation where I actually had to go out and buy all my consoles. But when I think about my Xbox console history, I've never really played any games on the Xbox One X. I mean, I own all the classics like Halo, all the Halos, all the Gears of Wars, but I never played them primarily because Halo actually makes me sick. It's always made me sick. Gears of War, it's just boring, I think. And I'm not a racing fan, so Forza has never appealed to me. I primarily just like to play single-player, story-driven games, and that's why I'm primarily a PlayStation gamer. But I don't have any hate for any of the systems because I own them all. I've always owned them all, and I don't know what to think about the Xbox One X at this point. I was so excited for this console because I love the idea and potential of it. I'm a 4K TV owner. I own an LG OLED TV, one of the best TVs money can buy. So of course I want as much content as I can get for it, and the Xbox One X on paper is amazing. It has 4K built-in 4K streaming, which will help my YouTube channel because I do want to do a little more game streaming, and I want to do it in 4K. So you know, that saves me money right there. I don't have to spend $300 on a 4K card. It has a built-in 4K UHD player. The one in the Xbox One X really sucks. But I'm hoping that the one in the Xbox One X, and god damn it, I hate that name. Why couldn't they just keep it Scorpio? From now on, I'm just going to call it the Scorpio. Screw the official name. So yeah, in the Scorpio, it has the built-in 4K UHD, and I can only imagine the Blu-ray player is going to be even better. And I only have 4 HDMI slots, so I like to have all my stuff to be in one box. The PS4 Pro, as much as it drives me nuts, and I think Sony F people over by not including the 4K UHD player. I won't open that debate anymore. But anyway, I like everything that the Scorpio stands for. Again, I'm not going to call it the One X, but I like everything it stands for. On paper, it's everything that I would want in a all-in-one home entertainment box. But the problem is I don't want to say there are no games because there are plenty of games, and I think it's really lazy for people to act like there aren't any games for the Xbox. There are hundreds of games. They're all third party, yes, but they're all games that that I can play. I only need 5 games to play at any given time. So I don't know why people always say that there are no games for the Xbox when there clearly are plenty of games. And the One X already has 100 titles confirmed for 4K, but the problem is with the PS4 Pro, all of the games that are going to be on the Xbox One X and on 4K, those games are going to also be on the PS4 Pro in 4K, and I think that's one of the reasons why fans of the PlayStation should be glad that Microsoft is pushing 4K in the 4K narrative. Because do you really think Ubisoft is only going to release Assassin's Creed in native 4K only on the Xbox? Do you really think Activision is going to release Call of Duty World War II only in 4K on the Xbox? No, that stuff is going to be on the PS4 Pro in native 4K. Something they probably wouldn't have done if the Xbox One X wasn't around to kind of force them to. So you gotta give it up for Microsoft for wanting to push this narrative, and it's one of the reasons why I want to support the console. And I actually don't think $499 is that big of a price jump, because really most of you, if you already have an Xbox One S, all you need to do is trade that in. Amazon is actually offering a $150 trade-in deal right now for your Xbox One S. So think about it. At Best Buy, I have a $100 gift certificate, plus I'm going to trade my Xbox One X in, and it's my birthday month, so I get a 10% birthday coupon. So that basically means I'm going to end up picking up this box for $100. So now back to the Crackdown kerfuffle and why I think this is a symptom of why Phil Spencer should be fired. This has been a botched launch from the start. Last year, when they launched the Xbox One S and said, oh, by the way, we have this new, even better console coming out next year, not only did that automatically kill the sales of the Xbox One S, but then it started building up hype for this console, but they weren't ready to talk about the console yet. So then, all of a sudden, you had this dual situation where people want to know more information about the console you don't want to talk about, and the console that you do want to talk about, no one cares about, because you had this new, better, more powerful console coming out the following year. I never understood why they did that. It was stupid from the start. And then the problem is add to that, they didn't release any exclusive games in the last year. So they had like 3 strikes going against them right from the start, and I didn't understand what the hell they were thinking when they did that. So for 6 months this year, everyone kept asking Microsoft, please do a press conference. Do a press conference, announce your system, announce your pricing, and do everything else that you need to do to build up hype for this system. And all they did was say, wait for E3, wait for E3. And they were pretty smug about it too, because they were like, wait for E3, we have a lot of amazing things to show you at E3. And I was actually psyched for the E3 press conference, and I thought the E3 press conference was great. Although there was not one memorable game shown off, I love the fact that they were pushing the 4K HDR narrative. I thought everything looked amazing on my 4K TV, but there wasn't a single game that made me go, wow, I must have that game, even though it all looked amazing. I was just kind of like, there wasn't that one moment where I was like, okay, this is the game I want, and this is the game I'm going to pre-order and want to get, because they didn't spend enough time focusing on any one game where you can actually remember it. And the game that they chose to focus on was that stupid Sea of Thieves. And Sea of Thieves looks horrible. It really does. I don't understand who this game is for. And once again, that's also delayed until next year. So this console launch is going to be terrible. I still think it's going to sell out. I think it's going to sell out within a day, despite what everyone says. It's going to sell out, and I'm going to buy one just so I can do some unboxings and some reviews and some other stuff, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to return it or something. Who knows what I'm going to do with it, but I will be getting it. But so they had E3, everyone was psyched, actually no one was psyched. I was psyched. And everyone's just coming up with reasons to complain about Microsoft, but you know what? They deserve it at this point, because this console generation has just been totally botched from the start. And E3, instead of riding the momentum and making pre-orders available and continue to talk about the console, they went radio silence again, and they said nothing about the console. They had a terrible Crackdown presentation at Comic-Con, and that was it. They had a booth at Comic-Con, and the booth at Comic-Con was pathetic. And I'm like, you are launching a console. You need to get that console on the lips of everyone, and Comic-Con is a great place to do it because you have over a couple of 100,000 people there. Spend the money, do a decent booth, do some demos. They didn't do any of that stuff. All they did was they had a little room in the convention center where they showed Crackdown, a game no one cares about, and a game that really wasn't ready to be shown. And now we have games, and then they go radio silence again. No one's talking about the console, and now we have Gamescom. 2 days before Gamescom, they announced they're going to delay Crackdown after all of this? Come on, why should people want this console? And again, I didn't mean for this video to come across as criticizing the console, because I'm getting it, I'm still kind of excited about it, but I can see why no one wants it, because they've just done such a horrible job of marketing and rolling out this console, and I think Phil Spencer needs to be fired, because I don't see what he's done to help Microsoft in the last couple of years. I mean, everyone raves about Phil Spencer because he tweets, but what has he done? What has he given Microsoft consumers in the last 2 years other than some stupid custom controllers? I mean, come on, they need to get off the stick and actually do something to get people excited, and not have an event and then go radio silence for 4 months until the next event. They need to keep people talking about this system, and I think it will sell out, but I don't know. I don't know what the future for this system holds if they can come up with something. And again, I play primarily cross-platform games, and I will probably stick to PS4 Pro, and I want to love my Xbox One S, and I'm getting the Xbox One X. But other than doing this YouTube channel and the fact that I like to own everything, there is no compelling reason for me to get it. Because if I think about it, and if I'm completely honest, I haven't really played a game on the Xbox platform in 10 freaking years, really, and that's pretty sad. And I really wanted to succeed, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's my little ramble. Talk to you guys later. Bye.